with a remote viewing party for the Terrifier. Yes, we have been dying to see this. Every trailer reaction we've done has been spectacular. This was at the absolute top of the list, so here we go.
So this is a spoiler-filled review of the Terrifier, and if you haven't seen the movie, please go check it out.
Alright, you're back, so you've seen it. Plot-wise, like, who cares, right? No, the couple chicks are drunk on Halloween, and they make the mistake of messing with the Terrifier.
Who's fucking...
And boy, does he mess back. Okay, we start off with likes. I'm gonna say right off the bat that we could probably spend an hour on this. So instead, let's just kind of highlight some of the big ones, okay? Right off the bat for me was the opening sequence had your cliche, typical, normal horror movie fake out scare. Right? Okay, like the woman goes and opens her, you know, she's in her dressing room with a reporter, she opens her thing and there's nothing there.
Right.
Now, normal horror movie lore or rules is you set up a bunch of fake scares in the beginning and then you get them later on. This movie said, fuck that. Boom! Right into the eye gouge, and then we're off to the races.
Yeah, you
and
even said, like, oh, fake scare.
I sat there and I was like, okay, it's this fake scare. And I'm like, okay, good. Now, again, it shows some respect for the genre, and that it's not going to be your just sort of typical, tired old movie. So, that was it, and where's ping pong? Ping pong, ping pong. What do you got?
I love the gore.
Boo.
As being a gore whore,
Boo!
the gore was amazing.
Gore did not disappoint.
Awesome.
Did not disappoint. I was a little concerned the trailers would, you know, be a little, but no.
Just eye gouging, the stabbing, the cutting the girl in half with a saw. It's just...
Cutting the girl in the half, oh Jesus, I butchered that, I'm totally excited. The cutting the woman in half, I was, and you mentioned it as well, we were a little disappointed that we didn't get to see him rip the panties off and then start the cutting. But,
of course.
But okay, that would have been the, like, porn, basically, at that point. But even then, like, in the hacking, they did show kind of between, I was like, all right, we got some. And, and I don't even care that it's not realistic, that you can't hack a body like that. That's not the point. The point is we got to see it.
Yes.
And Terrifier has been given one of the highest accolades possible by Morsha. I don't know if you remember, but at a morgue scene, you said...
Oh, yes. Oh, the bodies look pretty realistic.
Jesus.
I loved
That's
it.
a big deal, because in every other
movie, they're just like so fake, and you just tell it's just all fake. But I mean, no, it actually looked
so
good.
she knows.
Really
but so that is high.
Very realistic.
Yeah. And ping pong back to me. I gotta say, because this was something I was super concerned about going in, but they delivered. Art did not talk at all, and that is absolutely essential, because you mentioned during the film that he was scarier than the clown from It.
Oh, yeah.
And I totally agree, and the reason is simple, twofold. One is he did not talk. That ruins everything. You can project anything you want onto that clown until they talk. And I know I've been critical of clowns in the past because of what Rob Zombie said about, you know, Gacy making real much more terrifying, and that's true. So they said, screw that, we're just going to have him not talk, and bammo, you got a winner, even to the point where when he got stabbed in the foot and screamed, it was silent. Oh, brilliant. The second reason it was amazing is I think one of the big likes that you were talking about, the acting performance.
David Howard Thornton.
Yes.
Your acting was sublime.
Absolutely. This would not...
Amazing.
It would not have worked without that.
No.
Because
not
no
at
dialogue, you know?
Your facial expressions, your hand movements was just on point.
Yeah, and the speed in which it was delivered, you know, and there was even, you know, it was clearly identified, but again, he manifested it throughout this whole thing, that in many ways, Art had childlike qualities.
Yeah.
Not just when he was sucking on the thumb with the mother, but all kind of throughout, and that was I think, a very conscious decision on her part. Absolutely love that. And then, to stop us from going on and on, I'm just going to have to wrap up one more final thing. And that was the ending of the movie. Where they
I died.
Yeah. They made the conscious decision, thankfully, to take this into the supernatural realm. Which was absolutely wonderful. I don't care what anybody else says, because the Terrifier is too good to be gone in one movie, or two, 1.5, whatever you want to call it. And in some regards, he even kind of acted a little supernatural. I mean, you don't take 2x4s to the head, the canisters, that. So it was hinted all along. Obviously, the tie-in with the melted-faced woman at the end from the beginning suggested all along he was, but we got the confirmation, we got that exclamation point. We now know that, much like a Michael Myers or a Jason, we're dealing with something
more
terrifying and unstoppable.
Yes.
So yeah, that, I mean, again,
that's a lot of likes.
It is, and you could go on and on, but we're going to try to keep this to a manageable video length. So if we can find any, we'll switch to the dislikes. And we said we tried to find dislikes. Well, we actually did, I think, each have one. Not really major ones, but we did have one. So let you start it off. What do you got?
Well, mine was, in the beginning, I know it was really cool that we first saw the gore in the very beginning, because we just love gore. But it was the girl that got attacked, at the end, basically, and then she had the interview. But then it was the girl that got attacked. But, like, why is she gouging the woman's eyes out? It bothers me that it's like, I don't want it to be like this whole transversal thing, to where it's like the Terrifier, once the Terrifier attacks you and you survive it, you get this like crazy
Michael Myers in future movies.
I don't like that. I don't like that. There can only be one.
Only one. And it was not clearly explained.
No, it wasn't.
We could guess and say she went crazy, but no, you're right. It was a little thick. The only thing that I have, and it is minor, but it is sort of glaring in the standpoint that this movie was real tight on most things. You know, the editing and, the gore, we talked about everything else. And then there's the scene where the Terrifier is choking the sister, the little goth, punk sister, and his fingers are easily an inch or an inch and a half off of her throat. Now, I don't know, like, whose fault this was. Like, if the director, didn't say, hey, let's reshoot that, the editor didn't say, hey, man, by the way, this one didn't work. I don't know if the actress was afraid to be choked. I don't know if David was afraid to choke. I don't know, but, like, it was so glaring in an otherwise tight movie that it really ripped me out, and thankfully the movie was so good it dragged me back in. And it's a minor thing, but man, when everything else is so good, you just can't have a little mistake like that.
No.
Alright, it is pinhead time. So I have a suspicion, but go ahead and shoot off with what you gonna give it.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
Oh, you're going all the way to the top.
Because, of course, on the count of the gore.
Gore.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gore was awesome, and David, again, your acting was just amazing.
Amazing, yes. Okay, so, wow, all right, and as much as I do love gore, not nearly as much as you, and I had that little tiny sliver of thing, it still was absolutely amazing on every level. But 5 is like ungodly to me. I was gonna give it 4 or 5, but then that screws up our math. So, without any much prodding or persuasion, I will gladly raise it myself to 5 pinheads.
Oh,
I know. It's mostly for the math, but it's because it deserves it. It was so amazing. It's so wonderful. It needs to be seen again and again. It's going to make it simple. Your 5 pinheads, my 5 pinheads. This is going to be a 5 pinhead movie. All right, so the Terrifier did not disappoint at all. What did you guys think? Please let us know in the comment section below. Plus, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I gotta say something, Morsha.
What?
That art was not clowning around.